Good morning, friends. Welcome to GoOnlineTrainings.com. Yesterday we done with the demo number one, and people who missed the yesterday's class, you can just mail me your details so that I will be able to give you yesterday's class recording. And today is the second demo, and tomorrow you will have the final demo and third demo. After that, you will be able to get the payment link and registration link. You can make the payment in installments, and the daily recorded videos are going to be given, and case studies, CV preparation, project explanation, everything is included within the same fee structure. There is no extra fee structure we are going to be having for any extra work. So the same fee is applicable for all the interview questions, CV preparation, everything is inclusive of that same fee, guys. So today we'll have pure technical things, and if you have any questions, you can ask me. Any non-technical people also can understand this. Okay, I am assuming that many guys are from the non-technical background. I am assuming that they don't know anything about Power BI. They don't know anything about data analytics. But yesterday I had simplified it, right? So I have told you what is a data analytics and what is a uh, you know data science. So both of them I have given you clarity. So data analytics is also called as a business intelligence. So understanding the past is called as a data analytics. The simple thing I have told you, Amazon company wanted to know what was my sales in India last 5 years. So this is what is the good example for the data analytics. They wanted to understand how the business is happening in India, right? So understanding the past is called as, data analytics or the business intelligence. But what is a data science or artificial intelligence or machine learning means predict the future. This is what is called data science. So you need to understand what will be my sales in India next 5 years. The Amazon company wanted to predict something. For example, I wanted to predict whether Hyderabad gets rains or not. So how do we predict? So we need to see the historical data. Based on the historical data, I will be able to predict last 10 years of rainfall in Hyderabad. I will see it. Now based on that, I will be able to predict today. Right? So if you wanted to predict, you have to have the historical data, right? Or if you wanted to understand the last 5 years of sales, again, you need to have the historical data. Clear? So definitely you need to have the data to perform a data analytics or the data science. But as I told you, data science is not a 1 day, 2 day course. It is 18 months course, and which is very, very complex. Don't jump into data science saying that one YouTuber is saying it is, hot skill into the market. You will get good opportunities. It's not so easy to complete the course. Clear? So make sure that if you wanted to get into IT industry, especially for the non-IT people, you can learn data analytics within 3 months. So you have to learn all these courses, not only Power BI, you have to learn SQL, you have to learn data warehousing, you have to learn ETL, everything you have to learn so that you can complete the course within 3 months and you can get into IT industry. As a fresher to minimum 3 to 4 years of experience you can keep, even though you have 10 years of gap, you don't keep all the 10 years of education at the gap. Put only 3 to 4 years of gap. That is more than sufficient for you to get into the organization. Okay, guys. So don't get into data science. Data science is very, very complicated one, and it is, it will take a lot of time. You cannot complete the course within 1 month or 2 months. It will take minimum 1.5 years to 2 years. Okay. So that is what you got to understand. So don't jump into data science knowingly, unknowingly also don't jump into this. This is very, very complex. You have to do lot of, calculus, right? Calculus you need to know, not calculations. Calculus of mathematics, stats you have to know. You have to be R&D guy to get into data science. Okay. Now, if you wanted to get into data analytics, so what are the things that you have to learn? Yesterday, I've told you if you wanted to learn Power BI, to learn Power BI, you need not know anything. Power BI is just like a one more Instagram software, one more WhatsApp software. You can easily learn Power BI. But if you wanted to get into IT industry, compulsorily you have to know about SQL. Why? Because IT industry is going to be dealing with the data. I means information technology, information you will be able to get it from the data. So how IT industry is going to be storing the data? I have told you in yesterday's class also. IT industry is going to be storing the data, processing the data. Only two things IT industry is doing, whether it is a Microsoft company, Google company, IBM company, Accenture company, or it is a SAP application, Java application, Android application, or any application you take it. So they are going to be working with the two things. One is called IT companies applications are storing the data, retrieving the data, then processing the data. IT industry is going to be dealing with the data. Clear? If you wanted to store the data, retrieve the data, then this is what you need to learn. There is a concept called SQL concept or database management concept or RDBMS concept you have to learn to get into IT industry. You wanted to learn Java or SAP or C, C++, anything you wanted to learn. If you wanted to work into IT industry, compulsorily before Java, before .NET, before anything, you have to know SQL, or it is also called as a SQL, or it is also called as a database management system or relational database management system. So SQL is going to be telling you how to store the data, how to retrieve the data. Oracle is one more software where you should be able to store the data, retrieve the data. And SQL Server from Microsoft, it is a Microsoft software which is a software to store the data, to retrieve the data. DB2 from IBM. NetEase, MySQL, PostgreSQL, Teradata, Sybase, all these are called as storerooms or godowns or tanks. Okay, in the tank, what you do? You put the water, get the water. So what is Oracle? Oracle is a tank or a bank. So what is that you put? You put the data, you get the data. What is a SQL Server? It is a Microsoft tank or the bank or the storeroom or the godown. Whatever you understand it. Okay. SQL Server is from Microsoft godown or Microsoft software. So you put the data, you get the data. So all these are called as storerooms or the godowns. That is what you need to understand. Clear? You have a water tank. What you do? You put the water, you get the water. So you have lot of companies are manufacturing a lot of water tanks. You can buy one of the water tank and where you should be able to put your water, get the water back. So SQL database management system means only to store the company's data, business data. Let me show you Amazon company. So if I go to Amazon company, Amazon India, I wanted to open. So this will be a Java application or a .NET application. But whenever I buy a product or whenever I see a product, lot of data I'm able to use it. For example, I wanted to buy laptops. Okay. I wanted to buy a laptop. I want to search this. I'm able to get a lot of data, right? This data is coming from where? All the data coming from SQL only. All the data Amazon.com is storing in SQL, RDBMS only. Whenever you make a payment, whenever you get the pay, whenever you register a new customer into Amazon.com, knowingly, unknowingly, you have to know that all the data will go to one of these databases only. You need to remember that point. You go to phone pay, you do some transfer funds. All the data from phone pay is going to go to Oracle or SQL Server or NetEase or some application is going to be storing the data behind the scenes. That is what you got to understand. Phone pay is Android application or it may be Java application. So end of the day, IT industry is going to be working with the data, storing the data, processing the data, transferring the funds is a processing work, right? That is what you need to understand. So if you wanted to get into IT industry, compulsorily you have to learn one technology. So this is the one you're going to be learning from us. That is what I told you. So SQL Server you need to learn compulsorily, but you don't have live classes. You need to buy videos from us, and daily you need to watch these classes, and these videos are available in English and Telugu. You can buy any version of the videos and watch them, and 45 videos are available simultaneously. Morning you need to attend Power BI class for 45 days, and evening you can just watch one SQL Server video. Within August and September you will be able to complete these two courses. Without SQL you will not be able to get into IT industry, because it is not Power BI it is going to be requiring. IT industry needs SQL knowledge. If you learn Java, SAP, Android, any course you do, the trainer will tell you to learn SQL in depth, right? Not basics. If you know basics, that is not going to work. 60% of the work after joining the company you have to do in the SQL Server, and 60% of the interview questions also will be coming from the SQL Server. So we don't have the live classes. You need to buy the videos from us, and you have to enroll for the both courses from tomorrow. And this will be video classes. Daily one video you need to watch it, write the notes, and you need to practice them. Power BI daily regular classes are going to start, because tomorrow the final demo you can watch daily one SQL video, then Power BI classes. And October month, August and September, you will be able to do this. But is it sufficient? No, 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 no. Compulsorily, you have to also do one more course in the month of October. This will be for 1 month. So the course is called ETL. So today I'll be talking about what is SSIS, what is ETL, blah, blah, blah. And this will be for 1 month course. So live classes you can attend month of October, or you can buy the videos. So you need to make the payment in the month of October for this course. Now tomorrow you have to make the payment for SQL Server and Power BI. You have to join these two courses and complete. Only Power BI will not help you. You cannot crack any job only with the Power BI. Power BI and with DAX. What is a DAX and everything, you will be able to understand it later. And August and September month we are going to be concentrating on these courses. October month will be planning to complete this, and afterwards CV preparation, quiz, assignments, project will be free. Project explanation, everything I'm going to be doing. Sample CVs also we are going to be providing. No extra amount will be taken for this. All of them are included in the same fee. You need to join all the courses and one by one and complete them. So as of now, you have to make the payment for this and join these courses. And in the month of October, you have to join. But all these are mandatory, because in the Naukri.com, yesterday I had opened and shown you there are some 20,000 plus jobs are available. They're asking not only Power BI, they're asking SQL, SSIS, this one, that one. Lot of technologies they're going to be asking. So if you have a single technology, you cannot be there in the IT industry for longer period, and people will not consider you also. Many people are telling me, sir, I have learned Power BI for 1 month. SQL Server I have learned only for 5 days. Now, sir, I'm not able to get a job. So you never get a job. If somebody is saying like that, if you're following with them, you will get cheated, and you will come to know that you will be wasting the time and everything. You cannot crack not even single interview. So you will be simply wasting the time if you follow them. And they'll say, we will, arrange the money. We will give you proxy. You will be able to get into IT industry. Even though with the proxy you go into IT industry, you will get caught within 1 month. So because, or within one day you will get caught, because they'll be talking about, tell me your previous experience, tell me how do you get the data, what kind of reports you have made it, how do you get the work, and what kind of meetings you have you had, and what kind of a documentation you have created. All these questions cannot be answered by the proxy guys or these kind of a guys. Don't go into that kind of a dilemma. If you don't get a good mentor, then you will hit with the broker. If you hit with the broker or the third party guys, they will cheat you, and end of the day you don't get the job, you lose the money, confidence and everything. You will go back to your 20,000 rupees jobs because of your decisions. Don't go into those kind of things. Learn the courses with the proper institutions and very, very basic level to advanced level. Total duration will be 3 months that I'm going to be taking. And today I'll be talking about the that complete things. Okay. If you wanted to perform data analytics or the data science, anything, definitely you need to have data. Right. So Microsoft, there's a company called Microsoft, right? So one of the journalists in US asked Microsoft, what is the meaning of a data? Microsoft says data is currency today. Data is what? Data is currency today. That is what Microsoft is saying. So the same question is asked to Google. What is a data? Data is everything today. Whatever you think of, everything is a data today, because data is a currency. Because Amazon is selling some products to you, they could be rich. But how come WhatsApp is very rich? Google is very rich, or Insta is very rich, or you have a lot of social media applications are very, very rich. They're not selling anything to you directly because they have your data. Data itself is a currency today. Data itself is a fuel today. Clear? That is the reason Microsoft is saying data is currency today, and Google is saying data is everything today. You're talking about driverless cars, or we're talking about automation, or we're talking about artificial intelligence, robots, all these things we're talking today because of data. So you can do a lot of things with the data, but the question, what is the size of the data that you have? That is very, very important, right? If you have a small amount of data, what is the meaning? For example, I am getting every month megabytes of data. Every month I get thousands of inquiries. Many people, many students are going to be asking me, sir, do you have a Python course? Sir, do you have a SQL course? Sir, do you have a Power BI course? All the data, where are we storing? We may store data in Excel sheet, or we may use a notebook. We can also store the data. Since we are using computer, all the data we are storing into Excel sheet, and once in a month we are going to be processing the data also. Processing means what? How many people have joined, how many people have attended the demo, how many people have attended Java course, how many people have joined for the Power BI course. Like that we create a report also. So all the data I am talking about, let me show you some sample data so that you can understand. So whenever you call me, or whenever I get a call, all the data my team is going to be storing in the Excel sheet. So in that they will be writing like this: what is the serial number, what is the name of the student, what is the course they require, what is the gender, date of inquiry, phone number, email ID, and if they join, they are also writing the fee they paid, $100, $200, and a paid date. Like that, all the data we are going to be storing in the Excel sheet. But after storing the data, what normally we do? Once in a month, we create a report. So report is called as we are going to be creating reports like that. Now, in that, so we are going to be writing like this: Power BI, MSBI, SQL, Python, DevOps, Java, lot of courses. In January month, we got 1700 inquiries. We are going to be manually counting one, two, three, four, like that. Wherever there is a sequel, we are going to be counting one, two, like that. The number we are going to be writing manually. So this is what is called processing. So every month, my team is going to be creating some kind of reports. January, Power BI, these many inquiries came. January, MSBA, these many inquiries came. Like that. And January, what is the amount collected? January, what is the amount collected for this course? Fee collected is available in the separate report, and the number of inquiries I am receiving, it is available in one more report. This is what is called a report. Report means show the, this is what is called a daily data. You don't understand the daily data clearly, but when you create a report, at least you should be able to understand the data clearly. So this is showing the data in the table format is called as a reporting. So people will create so this kind of reports and they will be able to show it to you. So instead of showing the data like this, I can also go to Excel, go to insert. I will be able to create a beautiful visualization like this. Clear? So, which courses inquiries are more visually, you can easily get it. So, Power BI is doing good. Then later SQL is doing good. MSB is, third one. Fourth one is DevOps and Python. So, you should be able to show the data in the table format. This is a table. Okay, this is what is called a report, or show the data in the visualization format. Clear? But definitely nobody wanted to see the data here. Nobody wanted to see this kind of a data. This is what is called a detailed data. This will not give you any meanings clearly. So the data will be converted into reports or it will be converted into visualizations. So this is what is called a report that you're going to be processing, or this kind of a report you want to show them in the visualizations. Clear? Excel is the number one reporting tool. Excel is the number one visualization tool. Anybody can use it. Okay. So what is a business intelligence means? Take the daily data. This data is getting stored, but this data cannot tell you any information clearly. But this data convert into report. This report is called as a summary, or many people are going to be calling this as a today dashboard. Clear? You create a dashboard like this, or you create a beautiful visualization with the help of a Excel sheet. But the problem with Excel sheet is it is going to be taking only limited data. You have to work manually lot of things. So instead of using Excel sheets, many companies are implementing a Power BI. That is the need for the Power BI. Excel sheet is, it is simply similar to Power BI only, where you can get the data, store the data in Excel, and afterwards you can create a summary reports, dashboards, but everything manually you need to do it, and Excel cannot, have the large amount of data. Think about Amazon company's data. How many rows you will be able to get every month? You will be able to get millions of data. That much of a data we will not be able to store in Excel. So when you have a small amount of data, when you have a small amount of data, Excel is good. That is what my company is doing, because every month I will be able to get 1,000, 2,000 inquiries, and I'm able to get 5 MB of data, or 100 MB of data, or 50 MB of data every month. I'm going to be storing and creating a lot of reports, and I'm also processing everything with the help of this. Think about a Amazon company. Amazon company, what is the size every day? So every day they will be getting millions of data. It is lakhs of data, not thousand, lakhs and millions of data you will be able to get, right? So when you have lakhs, 10 million, 10 lakhs is equivalent to 1 million, right? So 1 million is equivalent to 10 lakhs. So when you get data in GBs every month, you are going to be buying a lot of products from Amazon.com, or you go to ICICI Bank, you do a lot of transactions. You go to State Bank of India, do a lot of transaction, cash deposit, cash withdrawal. All the data has to be stored somewhere, right? Excel cannot be used to store this amount of data. So, which are the technologies we're going to be using? As I told you, SQL, or it is also called as a database management system, or relational database management systems or tools are going to be used to store your data. For the processing, you have to use a language. So when you have a large amount of data, every month you're getting 50 GB of data. So this much of a data cannot be stored in Excel. You have to use SQL software. So what are the popular softwares? As I told you, Oracle, then Microsoft SQL Server, right? So you have IBM DB2, and you have Teradata. Lot of companies are there. Lot of softwares are there. So where you should be able to store your data. So your data of Amazon.com is going to be stored in one of these softwares. Oracle is a godown or a storeroom where it is going to be storing a large amount of data. So Excel cannot be used because Excel is good to store only megabytes of data, MBs of data. But when you have millions of data every month, you are getting it. So that data SQL softwares can store. So all of them are called as SQL softwares. Oracle is a SQL software. SQL Server is a SQL software. SQL means to store the data, to retrieve the data. SQL means, as I told you, which are godowns or storerooms or tanks or banks. That's what I told you, a database. Database means a data bank. I told you yesterday, I have a lot of gold. Where will you store the gold? Gold bank. I have a lot of blood. Where will you store the blood? Blood bank. I have a lot of data. Where will you store the data? Data bank. Data bank is called database. Okay. Database management system. Database means a data bank. So when you have a large amount of data, IT industry is going to be storing your data either in Oracle software or in SQL Server software or in DB2, any software you have to buy and store the data. You have a lot of blood banks. You have Chiranjeevi blood bank, Care Hospital blood bank, Apollo Hospital blood bank. Like that, different companies are having blood banks, right? Like that, different companies are having. Oracle is the company who's going to be giving you software to store the data. So SQL Server from Microsoft, DB2, all of them are called relational database management tools or the softwares, or simply database management system softwares, or simply these are called as SQL software, SQL software. SQL means structured query language. I'll talk about SQL in your SQL Server videos. So these are the places where the company's data will be stored. But if you store the data, it is of no use. You have to know what is my sales in the last month. What is my sales in last 5 months? What is my sales in last Ramzan sales? What is my sales last Ashadam sales? Last Christmas sale, last year Christmas sales, last 5 years, India sales, Europe sales. I wanted to get the some kind of a processing. The processing will be done with the help of a language like C or C++ or a Java or a .NET or Android, some language people have to use, get the data, prepare beautiful information, and this information can be given to the customers. Clear? So that was the story when you have a GBs of data. Now, when the data is crossed beyond its limitation, GBs of data will become terabytes of data. You assume every month, Amazon is giving you 200 GB of data every month. Okay. Now I am talking about the 12 months data. So 200 GB into 12 months. What will happen? 12 months, it is equivalent to. So 2.4 2400 GB. This is equivalent to 2.4 terabytes of data. This is for 1 year data. I am talking about into 10 years of data. So 2.4 into multiplied by 10 years, it is 24 terabytes of data. Where will I store? Now, when you have a GBs of data, you will be able to store in Oracle SQL Server somewhere. But when the data is coming every month, you are getting 200 GB, 500 GB every month. You are getting millions of data. All the data, where will I store? It will become after 1 year terabytes of data. So to store millions and billions of data, millions and billions of data if I'm getting, I need to store somewhere, right? So you have to store in separate software. The software is called as data warehouse tools. Clear? So you have so much of data. All the data can be stored in the data warehouse. You should not write a data space house. It is wrong. Or you should not write a data warehouse. No. You have to write data warehouse is a single word. It is a single word. Data warehouse. These softwares IT industry is going to be using when you have a terabytes of data. Clear? So now, instead of using language, BI tools have been introduced. If I wanted to process this much of a data, process means I told you simple example. I wanted to know what is the total sales. I need to perform the summing operation. I wanted to know what is the sales in India last 5 years. So again, I want to perform some operation or average operation, minimum, maximum. All of them are called processing. If you have the data, nobody needs data. They need some kind of a totals or the sums. Okay. So when you have so much of a data, normal RDBMS is going to be failing. You have to go with the data warehousing tools. Now, what is a data warehouse if you ask me? Data warehouse is nothing but a large hardware you need to buy. Very, very bigger computer you need to buy. Inside that you need to install SQL or database or RDBMS software only you need to install. Clear? And when you install the same SQL software, database software in your large hardware, so this will become a data warehouse. So I will tell you some introduction. I will show you my computer configuration. Right click on this, I go to properties. What is my computer configuration? I'm having 8 GB of RAM and i5 processor and I'm installing Windows 11. Okay, so this is my configuration. i5 processor, 8 GB of RAM, Windows 11. This is what is called my computer. And what is the size of the hard disk? So all the hard disks put together, it is 1 TB of hard disk, right? So I am putting 8 GB of RAM. That is what I told you. And i5 processor. So in my computer, I have installed SQL Server. Now tell me, what is the maximum data I can store? Maximum 1 TB of data I can store because the capacity of hard disk is this much. So maximum data I can have 1 TB only. But I wanted to store 100 terabytes of data. What should I do? I have to buy 100 laptops because each laptop will be having 1 TB. So 100 laptops I have to buy. Instead of this, what I do, I buy 100 TB of hard disk capacity software and not 8 GB of RAM. I'll buy 1000 GB of RAM. Not only i5 processor, I will buy 100 processors, just like i5 processors. And inside that, I install SQL Server software or I install DB2 software, some software. This is a bigger hardware where same software will be installed. So this machine is called as a SQL Server Data Warehousing Machine, or this machine is called as a Oracle Data Warehousing Machine, or SQL Server Data Warehousing Machine, or a Teradata Data Warehousing Machine. Only the difference between if you buy your laptop and install SQL Server in your machine, that is simply SQL Server, or I have installed Oracle in my computer. So you can store less than 1 TB of data, not more than that. But when you buy a bigger hardware, inside that when you install either this or this or this, then it will become SQL Server Data Warehousing, Oracle Data Warehousing, Teradata Data Warehousing. You have a large hardware there. You can accommodate large amount of data. Okay, but where are these machines available? All these machines are available in the data centers. Okay, let me show you data centers. We have a lot of data centers in India, Hyderabad also. These are called data centers. Now, have you seen this? Now, this is what is called bigger computer. You will have bigger computer. So this will be one bigger machine. Inside that, you have SQL software is installed. This will be your data warehousing. Like that, you have a lot of machines are going to be available. This data warehouse for Amazon.com, this for State Bank of India, this is for one more company like that. You have a bigger hardware data hardwares are available. And this is what is called a data center. So collection of bigger computers are available, and all of them are available in the data centers. These are going to be managed by the database admin people. There is a DBA, database administration. We are not DBAs, we are developers. Developers means we are going to be writing the coding and everything, but DBA people are going to be maintaining these data centers. Okay, Anusha, no problem. You can just see this class later. Clear? So what you can do, every company will have a lot of data center, and each data center will have a lot of computers, lot of bigger hardware. So in the bigger hardware, you will be able to find out a data warehousing. Clear? So data warehousing means a bigger machine. In the bigger machine where the SQL or the RDBMS software, either this or this will be installed, and it can accommodate terabytes of data. Now, to process this much of a data, lot of BI tools have been introduced. What are the BI tools? The first BI tool introduced is SAP BI. Then we have SAS BI. Then we have Oracle BI. Like that, many BI tools got introduced, like MSBI. Now, today we have a Power BI. Lot of BI tools are there in the market. When you have so much of a data, then only people are going to be using this kind of a business intelligence tools to process the data. Process means get the data, do some summing operation, average operation, and create a report and create a visualization, show the data to the customer. That is what we are going to be doing. Now, many people stopped using language because you have to use a lot of coding. Nobody likes coding. So that is the reason why IT industry is created a lot of tools where no coding is required. Any MBA guy, any BCom guy can get the reports done. But here you need to learn a lot of coding. BI tools are very easy tools. Any non-IT people can create a beautiful reports. Let me talk about these BA tools. SAP BA, Oracle BA, SAP BA, these are released in the year 2000. So only one tool, not many tools. That is also a reporting tool. Reporting means you can create a lot of visualizations, but very complex and costly. Okay. And these are released in the year 2000. Year 2000, they have been released into the market. Okay. So data warehousing concept is released in the era of 1990s. Clear? So BI tools have been released into the market in the year of 2000. And SQL or the RDBMS concept got introduced into the market. So it is 1970s. And languages got introduced into the market 1940 and 50 and 60s. You got a beautiful languages, got C, C++, Java, all of them got prepared, and Java.NET got released in the year of 80s and 90s. But language got introduced in 1940, but a computer invented in 1920, right? Charles Babbage invented the computer in 1920, then the languages got introduced, then the SQL is got introduced, RDBMS in 1970s, then later in 1990s, data warehousing. In early year 2000, we have BA tools. BA tools can create a lot of reports, all of them, but only thing is that it is a single tool. When you buy this tool, SAP BA, SAS BA, Oracle BI, there is no coding. Any non-technical people can create reports with the help of some training, but very costly and complex. What Microsoft has done, Microsoft released in the year 2005. Okay, they have released MSBI. It is not a single tool. There are three tools in this. Three tools they have released. One is called SSIS, SSAS, and SSRS. Three tools have been released. ETL tool. Then this is where you create a cubes and everything. This is what is the tool called a reporting tool. They told, instead of you buying one reporting tool, I will give you three tools. Okay. So one is called ETL. We will understand what is ETL, cube, everything we'll understand later. I will give you three tools. You buy my software. MSBI means Microsoft Business Intelligence. And Microsoft is having a big brand, right? Big brand. They said, I'm going to be giving you these tools for free. When you buy SQL Server software, because it is from Microsoft, right? It is from Microsoft, right? They said when you buy SQL Server software, I will give you MSBI for free, or you can just pay me one third cost of above softwares. Clear? So these softwares are only one software that is reporting, but apart from reporting, I will give you lot of other things. You can also work with a lot of other things with the help of this software. So because of the brand and everything, many companies have switched from SAP BI, SAS BI, Oracle BI to year 2005. The completely Microsoft, got attention of many companies and lot of sales has happened for MSBA. The beauty, no coding. Anybody can learn this course and anybody can do the beautiful reports and everything. It became hot skill into the market. Clear? But after in 2010, what is happened? There is one more company called Tableau. So Tableau BA got released. Tableau BA got released. They said it is a self-service BA. What is the meaning? No technical knowledge is required. Anybody can take the data, create a beautiful report. It is for the MBA guys, because normally as a manager, when you work in the company, you have to create lot of reports every day. Every day, talking to the technical people, create the reports with their help and getting the report from them and submitting the report to the boss will be difficult activity. So what Tableau BA told in 2010, they have released all people, any non-technical people can create a self-service BA tool. That means no technical knowledge is required. You can create a beautiful reports. Clear? So that is what they told. All companies started implementing a Tableau BI. So here we were using SSRS. So this tool is a reporting tool. Microsoft is also completely drastically, they're not able to get good market because where technical people only can create SSRS reports and non-technical guys cannot create the reports. SSRS is completely, went into behind the scenes. Now, Microsoft thought I need to create one more tool to give a competition to this guy, and immediately Microsoft released in 2015 a software called Power BI software, which is a self-service BI or reporting software. Reporting means you can create a reports, visualizations and everything, right? So this is a reporting software. It is also reporting software. Microsoft released this software in 2015 into the market. So to give a competition, so we are going to be using SSIS and SSAS, but instead of SSRS reporting tool, you have to replace with Power BI, or you can also use SSRS, but SSRS where technical people only can create a report or the visualizations. Power BI where the end user like MBA guys, BCom guys, botany, zoology guys, any 10th class, 10th standard, at 10 times failure guy also can create a beautiful Power BI reports. If I give you 1 day training in Power BI, you will be able to create a beautiful reports. It is very, very simple. This is self-service BI. So you know Maggie noodles, right? Maggie noodles. If you wanted to prepare a Maggie noodles, you need not be a chef. Anybody can prepare a Maggie noodles. So self-service BI means similar to that. You need not know anything about IT knowledge. Simply you will be able to create a beautiful reports with the help of a Power BI or with the help of a Tableau BI software. Because of Microsoft BI, so again, this is a costly. This is costly, and Microsoft is, and it is only one tool again. only reporting tool. What Microsoft is telling you, you take Power BI, I will give you everything for free. I will give you SSIS, SSAS. I will talk about all of them in tomorrow's class. And you take this, everything I will give it for free. So this has become wonderful tool. Now Tableau is came into the next position. Power BI is got into this position. Power BI is a simply reporting software. So if you wanted to learn Power BI, compulsorily you have to learn SSIS and SSAS also you need to know, and Power BI also you have to know. Plus you have to study SQL Server software as well. Clear? So tomorrow I'll be talking about what is SSIS, what is SSAS, and what is Power BI, and what is data warehousing again once once more in the tomorrow's class, so that you will understand what is a detail, what is ETL, what is the cube, and everything. I'll be talking about this. So let me complete this. If I have a data, if I have a data, you know that you are going to be storing all the data into the data warehousing. When you have terabytes of data, this is a story. But the data is more than terabytes. Now it is in petabyte, zettabyte. This is yottabyte, yollabyte. So this kind of a data is called as a unlimited data. It is the data called as a big data. Many people will tell you, we have a big data, big data, big data. What is a big data? Unlimited data. So, social media data, this data, that data is not a small amount of data. It is a big amount of data. So, terabyte of data you can store in the data warehousing. But when you have the this much of a petabyte of data, zettabyte of data, yottabyte of data, yollabyte of data to store, you data warehouse is going to be failing. So you have to use one more software called Hadoop. Clear? It can store unlimited data. The single software also can process unlimited data. So this is where we are today. Remember this. This is where we are today. If you wanted to store large amount of data, if you wanted to store large amount of data, big data, this is unlimited data. Who can store this? Hadoop is a software. It can store large amount of data. Small amount of data means you can store in the Excel or you can use in notebooks, blah, blah, blah. I will give you a simple example and I'll stop the demo, guys. And tomorrow we'll continue further on each and everything. So I wanted to go to supermarket from my house, from my home. Supermarket or the vegetable market is 5 kilometers. How do I go? I take a cycle and go, or I take a bike and go. It is very near, or I can go by walk also. So when you have a small amount of data, you can use Excel. If I go to supermarket or the vegetable market, I can take a bike or I can take a cycle and go. I wanted to go to 500 kilometers or 500 miles. Can I take a cycle and go? I have to change the tool. I have to use a car or a train or bus and go. When the data is more, can I use Excel? No, 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 no. You have to use SQL or RDBMS software because you have to travel 500 kilometers, cycle or the bike, or you cannot go by a walk. You can go by a walk, but you will get pains and everything. If you take a bike and go, but the problem is it is not the right tool. Okay, you will get the back pain and everything, not with safety. So you have to take a car and go, or a bus and go, train and go. But I wanted to go to US or Dubai. Can I take a car and go? No, 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 no. You have to take a flight and go. So when you have so much of a data, when you have terabytes of data, I cannot use a simple uh, cycle or the car or the train. You have to use a flight. Now you have to use the data warehousing tools and the BA tools because the distance is more to go to US. Now I wanted to go to Mars or the moon. Can I go by a flight? No, 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 no. You have to go by a rocket. Now when you have an unlimited data, large amount of data, you have to use Hadoop software. So depends upon the distance, you are going to be changing the tool. You are going to be going by bike, going by car or the train or the bus, or the going by flight, going by the rocket. Clear? Depends upon the distance. You're going to be using different tools. In the IT industry also, depends upon the size of the data, different tools are going to be used. Clear? You cannot say, I'm going to be using a rocket because I'm very rich. Bill Gates is rich. Elon Musk is rich. It does not mean that they will come in the rocket to the office. No. It depends upon the usage. So what is that they wanted to do? If they wanted to come to India, they will use flight. If they wanted to go to moon or the Mars, they use the rocket. It is not the richness. It is not the richness. It is because of the usage. So they will get down the car, they walk and they'll go to the office. They'll use the manual systems also. So they use Excel, they use cycle, they use flight, the rocket. It is not the money, it is the use case. Based on that, you have to use the software. Yeah, am I clear, guys? So I will talk about SQL Server history. I'll stop the demo for today. Tomorrow I'll talk about lot of other things. Tomorrow will be the final demo, guys. So don't miss any demo. Same meeting ID, everything you can use tomorrow. And if you see, SQL Server is 1.0 released in 1989 by Microsoft, which is a purely SQL software, or you can say RDBMS software. What is the meaning? It can store the data, it can retrieve the data. So this was the history about Microsoft SQL Server in 1989. Next version is 3.0, then 5.0, then 7.0. Then SQL Server 2000 got released in the year 2000. Purely RDBMS software that time. It can store the data. But what Microsoft has done in 2005, it has got released in 2005. They have added not only SQL, okay, in this they have added MSBI. So they have added three more tools in this. Okay, so this is what is called MSBI, Microsoft Business Intelligence. SS stands for SQL Server. Okay, so they have added three tools. So what is SSIS? SQL Server integration services. This is the ETL software. Tomorrow I'll be talking about it. So this is what is called SQL Server analysis services. Now tomorrow I'll talk about this analysis. So here we are going to be analyzing the data, or we are going to be creating a cube tomorrow. I'll be talking about it. SSRS is SQL Server reporting services, where we can create a beautiful reports and the visualizations. Clear? So reporting software, since SQL Server 2005, Microsoft released or added these three tools, put together, there is a name it has been given. It is called MSBI, Microsoft Business Intelligence. So where you have ETL software, analyzing the software, analyzing the data, reporting the data, and you can also store the data. So everything you should be able to do with the help of a single software. So because of a single software, you can do everything. Many people stopped using SAP BI, SAS BI, OBI. They're going to buy SQL Server software. It will have SQL Server plus MSBI also will get installed automatically. Clear? So later they have a lot of versions, 2008 version and 2008 R2. R2 means release 2, which got released in 2010. Then we have a 2012 SQL Server, then 2014, then 2016, then 2017, right? Then 2019, now 2022. This is the latest SQL software version we have. Clear? So this is the version you have to install it. So tomorrow we will have the final round of demo, and I'll be talking about all these things. Plus I'll be talking about data warehousing and Power BI put together. I'll be talking about in tomorrow's demo. So don't miss out. So you have to install SQL Server 2019 or 2022. This software I'll be giving day after tomorrow. I'll show you how to install it. But what is the hardware configuration you have to have? Without a computer, you cannot do this course. Hardware, or you need to buy a laptop, right? If you wanted to buy a laptop, what is the hardware configuration? So hardware will be, so minimum any processor you can have. Any processor you can have, i3, i4, but no Celeron processor. Don't buy this. Any processor, i3, i4, AMD, everything is fine, but no Celeron. So minimum 4 GB RAM or more is required. Okay, 2 GB also will work, but I strongly recommend 4 GB of RAM and minimum 256 GB SSD or hard disk minimum capacity. You can have more than that or more capacity is also fine. Okay, now. So this is the hardware configuration you need to have. What are the softwares uh, that you have to have it? Compulsorily, you need to have Windows 10 or later version, 11, 12, anything needs to be there. Windows 7 is not going to work. And compulsorily, you need to have MS Office 2007 or any later version. Compulsorily you have to install SQL Server 2019 or 2022. This software I'm going to be giving you day after tomorrow. I'll show you how to install this, and Power BI software I will give you and we will install day after tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll have the demo. You have to install PDF and zipping software like WinZip and everything you need to have it. That's it. These are the softwares that you need to have it. So the configuration I can give you Amazon. So let me show you one laptop. I'm using Lenovo. You can also buy Lenovo or anything that is Lenovo laptops. Yeah, I can. This is the good laptop. So I can give you this in the chart window. You will be able to buy this kind of a configuration. Okay, na chart window lesta unnan చూడండి. So it is slim core i3 14 and Windows 11 Office 2 years warranty and 512 GB SSD. If you have 256 is also fine. 8 GB of RAM, 4 GB of RAM is fine. It is 36,000 only. So don't go beyond that. And if you go to the shops, you will be get it for cheaper, and bags also given in the hardware shops. You can also buy online or you can also go to the shop and buy it. So this is the configuration I can tell you, right? So, and 43, 34, this is also a beautiful combination. You can have it. So i3 and 256 GB and cost is 35,000 rupees. This is also you can buy, but don't buy Celeron laptops. Okay, na? AMD is good. AMD laptops also you can buy, but I don't recommend. It is very very cheaper. I don't know why it is. Okay, so at least you put more than 30K. Okay, see now it is a Celeron. Don't buy this kind of a laptops. So 70, 36 is fine. 35, 36, 37. So it is good. So you can go in for this kind of a laptops. So you can buy it. And tomorrow we'll continue with the third demo. So I have told you the SQL Server history and I'll told about different size of data. Now when you have a terabytes of data, that means BI is going to be there in your company, right? So tomorrow I'll talk about a few more things. And if you have any questions, you should be able to ask me now. And tomorrow I'll talk about what is SSIS, what is SSAS, what is SSRS, and In the place of SSRS, now you are going to be learning Power BI. Plus, these three tools you have to learn compulsorily, guys. And data warehousing also we are going to be learning. So as of now, data warehouse is large amount of hardware where SQL is installed and you're going to be maintaining bigger servers in your data centers. So tomorrow I'll continue further, guys. Tomorrow is the final demo. Same time, same meeting ID we will connect and we will be able to complete the final demo, guys. Okay. So people who missed yesterday's class, you watched yesterday's video, and if you have any clarifications, you can ask me now, or you can also tell me your phone number. If you want me to talk, I will be able to talk to you after this class. Thank you guys. Bye bye. Any questions you can ask me now.